Welcome to Your Heart Life, a nurturing space hosted here on Your Heart Life, where each week we offer free classes that are here to support and inspire you. And today's class, we'll be doing a gentle practice named Release and Unwind, designed to kind of wind down your day and help you kind of settle in for the evening and kind of center yourself. So for this practice, you may want to have a chair or start seated on the floor. And I also recommend having a space for the second part of our class for you to lay down onto. This could be a yoga mat, it could be a couch, it could be your bed. Let's go ahead and join each other in taking a comfortable seat. And when you arrive to sitting, whether it's on the floor or in a chair, somewhere comfy, let's go ahead and take a few moments to center. So sit comfortably, and throughout this practice, if there's anything that I'm suggesting to you that doesn't work for you, you're welcome just to do your own thing and listen to that wisdom and the breath that comes from inside of you. So take a few moments, relaxing your gaze or closing your eyes, whatever feels comfortable and safe for you. And start to become aware of what you're feeling through your senses. Exploring what your experience is as you're sitting here. And can you come to a place of no judgment on what it is your experience is? No rights or wrongs, no goods or bads. Noticing the sound in your practice space. Noticing the light coming through your eyes, or what it is that you see if your eyes are open. Noticing the feeling of your skin, the clothing on your body, maybe even the temperature in the room. Being aware if there's any taste in your mouth or any scent or smell in the room. Going in a little bit deeper, start to just witness your thoughts if there are any. Noticing if there are any emotions, accepting all that it is that you're witnessing within yourself. And let's dive in a little bit deeper, starting to focus on our breaths. Let's do a little breath centering practice here. So take a natural inhale and exhale, and just noticing and observing the way the breath is inside of you. What is your experience with the breath? Maybe you feel this in your chest, maybe you feel this in your belly, or a combination of places. And then let's begin to count the breath to a 3 count. So with your next inhale, begin counting 1, 2, and at 3, becoming comfortably full. And then breathing out to a 3 count. 1, 2, and 3. Counting to yourself a few more times, a few more rounds of your breath. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, and 3. On your own, a few more moments. You might even want to visualize those numbers as you count to help you center your focus in your mind. And one more round of breath counting. And when you've completed the counted exhale, release the numbers, and the best that we can through this practice, continue to be that compassionate and that caring witness for yourself, trying to stay out of any kind of judgment and just observe and witness how you feel through your senses. And then opening up your eyes, letting your hands come down beside you, one arm raise at a time. So when you breathe in, let's start coordinating breath with movement, raising one arm up. And then when you breathe out, lowering the arm. And then raising the other arm up as you breathe in. And breathe out, let the arm glide back down. So on your own, one arm at a time. Your eyes open or closed. Any range of movement that feels good to your shoulders and good to your body. And to help the mind stay in that meditation of the now, just focus on the breath. Let's practice this one more time on each arm. Taking your time. And this next time we raise the arm, let's add a little movement for the neck. As you breathe in, raise one arm up, bend the elbow in a half cactus shape and look away from the arm as you lower it. And then breathing in, the other arm comes up, and then bend the elbow and looking opposite as it comes down. Your head to center. And continue feeling the flow of breath, feeling the movement inside of you. Noticing what it is that you feel through your senses. Let's practice this one more time on each side. And when you've practiced evenly, uniting your hands back at the heart, and let's come into a little upper back twist. So as you exhale, bring your right arm out, follow your gaze with your eyes, looking behind you, and then breathing in, coming back to center with your hands towards your chest. And breathing out, looking over, following the left hand with your gaze, and then back to center. So the inhales bring us back to center. The exhales help us twist. And one more until we've completed evenly on each side. And then returning back into neutral and bringing your hands down on your legs. So if you're sitting on the floor, you may want to have your hands towards the front of your knees. Seated cat-cow. So as you exhale, slide your hands towards the front of your legs, round into your shoulders and pull in through the belly, nodding the chin in. And then when you breathe in, slide your hands towards your hips, open through the front line, lifting through the heart. Exhale, sliding back, rounding into the shoulders. And breathing in, opening up. So back and forth, following the breath. And again, really naming your experience to help hold your center and focus. Where do you feel this in your body? Noticing your emotions, noticing your attention, feeling into your breath. So if you're moving, you're doing it right. If you're breathing, you're doing it right. One more time. And then sitting back and centering your focus back on the breath. Breathing in, count to 3 or maybe to 4. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. And then exhaling to that same count. Breathing in, counting for a 3 to 4 ratio. And breathing out for the same count. Breathing in, counting, feel extension all the way up through the center of your spine. And when you breathe out, feel the downward flow, helping us ground and center. One more round of counted breathing. And witnessing what your experience is through your senses. And then opening your eyes if they're closed. And let's go ahead and join each other so that we're going to come down either on your hands and your knees, or if you're using a chair and you don't want to be on your knees, you can bring your hands on the seat of the chair. So either from all fours or standing with your hands onto the surface of something. And again, coming back into some flow. Cat-cow, breathing in, open the front line. And then bend your knees, exhale, round your back. And if you're on your knees, squeeze between your legs as you round your spine. Breathing in, opening the front line. And exhale, rounding, drawing in the belly. Back and forth a few times. Feel for creating space for your breath to move and centering in on the breath moment to moment. And then coming back into a neutral spine, again staying on the knees or on the hands, and then a little opposite arm leg extension. Taking and bringing your left leg back behind you, you can tuck the toes and maybe reach your right arm forward. And then bring your hand, your knee, or your foot underneath you. And then your right leg back and your left leg reaches. So if you want to just do the legs or just the arms, or maybe continue with your cat-cow, just kind of feeling into how does your body want to be in this moment? Mindful of your shapes, connecting to our breaths. And when we practiced evenly on both sides, child's pose, you could come down on your knees and rest your head down on something, or you could come back in the chair and release and maybe bring your hands on your forehead, somewhere where you're resting and relaxing here into the breath. Come back to counting the breath, breathing in for a 3 or 4 count. And breathing out for a 3 or 4 count. One more round of counted pranayama, counted breath. And then lifting yourself up, and let's join each other coming onto our backs. So as I said before, you could lay down in bed, on a couch, or come down to the floor. Build a surface that you can relax into. And when you arrive down onto your back, let's go ahead and bring our knees up towards our chest. So we're given a little bit of movement here for our lower back. So knees coming up and maybe rolling your hips from side to side. Excuse me. Bringing one foot down to the floor and one hand on your leg. So as you breathe in, let your knee and thigh come over your hip. And then as you exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest or towards your ribs. Breathing in, bringing your knee and thigh away from your ribs. And then exhale, drawing it in. So a few times on your own, really connecting in with the feel and adjusting for your body shape. So if you live in a larger body, you may want to bring your knee out to the side a little bit more so you create more space for your torso or your hip. One more time. And then stepping the foot down, bringing your other leg up, and let's come into that bellows breath here, breathing in, extending the arm, the knee coming over the hip, and then on the exhale, bringing it in towards the chest. Coordinating your breath and the movement. And then bringing both feet down to the mat. Let's take a few moments, either the knees propping together, or maybe your knees can open apart. And bring one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And let's come back to connecting to our counted breaths once again. Breathing in for a 3 to 4 count. And breathing out for a 3 to 4 count. Continue maybe 3 or 4 more cycles of this counted pranayama, this counted breath practice. Sensing within. When you completed your counted exhale, releasing the numbers and open or close the knees depending on how they were, and then opening your feet about as wide as your mat. Bring your arms out into a cactus shape or goalpost shape out to the sides of the shoulders. Spinal twist, allowing the knees falling to the left, looking to the right. And then coming through center and let your knees fall to the right and look to the left. They don't have to go all the way over. Just kind of feel for your range of movement that feels good in your body as you go back and forth. Open belly twisting. After we've practiced both sides evenly, releasing, walking your feet back in, and let's bring both of our feet up off the mat, the hands on the knees. And coming into that Apanasana, the bellows breath once again as you exhale, drawing the knees in towards your chest and your ribs, creating space for your torso and your belly, and breathing in, bringing your knees back up over your hips. Exhale, drawing it in. Syncing up your breath and your movement together. And releasing both feet back down to the mat, extending your legs out away from you, and then bringing your arms up above your head or over near your shoulders at a comfortable reach for the shoulders and the neck. And let's take a few breaths. Reach out. When you breathe out, feel that downward flow of energy. When you breathe in, feel it lifting up in your chest, reaching up through the top of your head. Becoming long and spacious and open. And then exhale, letting it go. Bending your knees, bringing your feet up, your hands up, and let's just kind of shake it out. Shake your hands, shake your legs. And then rest your body. Your knees can bend or you can extend back out. Shoulders coming down away from your ears as you rest. Making yourself comfortable as we let go and unwind and release. A little body scan from your feet, noticing the sensations there. Noticing the calves and the knees. The back of your legs and the front of your thighs. Around the contact points with the mat or the floor or the couch or bed in your hips. Coming up into your lower back, following the track of your spine to your shoulders, down your arms to your hands. The back of the neck, the front of the throat. Feeling the weight of your skull, your brain resting deep. All of your expression lines softening. And following the waves of the breath as they come in through your nose and out through your nose. The exhales moving downward and the inhales moving upward. And if you'd like to stay longer, please continue as long as you would like to. And if you would like to roll to your side and join me in taking a comfortable seat once again in the chair or on the floor, making yourself comfortable. Returning our awareness to being mindful on what it is that we feel through our senses. Exploring your experience without judgment, rights or wrongs, goods or bads. Embracing it all, embracing how you feel in this moment without pushing it away or attaching to it. And gathering your hands on your body or on your heart, taking a moment to close your practice with a seal of gratitude, giving thanks for living another day, for the blessings that you have in your life, for the challenges that you may have in your life that you're experiencing, knowing that that's all a part of our yoga practice. Honoring your experience. And thank you so much for joining me in this mini practice today, and I hope that it served you well. Next week, Colleen Millen and I will be joining you on our live talk, talking about her up-and-coming workshop. It's an 8-week series on yoga for anxiety and yoga for depression. So I hope that you will join us for that talk next Thursday at 5. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the chat box, and I will be reading them, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Have a good night. Thank you.